Hi, Daniel Orson here from Wagner's Nightmare with our third short video talking about NFTs. And this is an important one. In the first two videos I addressed the problems musicians have with streaming and that listeners have with digital downloads. I proposed NFTs as a solution to those problems, and for NFTs to indeed be a solution, it is contingent on the idea of digital scarcity. To understand digital scarcity, you need to have at least a scant understanding of blockchains, cryptocurrency, smart contracts, and NFTs. And this is not the forum for teaching that stuff. I have a decent understanding on how these things work, but not good enough to be teaching it. Also, there are already tons of videos, podcasts, and articles dedicated to explaining those topics better than I ever could. Links to some of those resources are below. So I really want to keep my focus here on the intersection of the technology of NFTs and classical music. But here's a rudimentary explanation of the technology. NFT stands for non-fungible token. Non-fungible means non-reproducible, and the token is actually a part of a blockchain. The token is attached, the proper lingo is minted, to a JPEG, an audio file, a video file, whatever. That token is what is non-fungible. It cannot be faked or reproduced, and once it is attached to a file, it cannot be separated from it. And the token can be verified on the blockchain in which it was minted. You can actually look and see proof of origin, proof of ownership, and who has owned the NFT in the past. And I'm sure there are also lots of other things you can look up that I'm missing. So, let's say I'm going to mint a song on a blockchain, and thereby make it into an NFT. I get to decide how many I want to mint. I can create 10 NFTs. I can create 1,000. I can create one if I want to. And that's it. So let's say I decide to make 10. Now the number of copies of that song that are to be found on the internet that can be verified as authentic and show I created them is precisely 10. And that is how digital scarcity is created. Now, obviously there are some problems with this. There are some chinks in the armor, which I'll address more in the next video. But what I really want to bring home here is how much of a game changer digital scarcity is. And that with Web 2.0, and by that I mean streaming and YouTube and the big social media platforms that we all know and don't love, we do not have digital scarcity at all. And it wreaks havoc on the pricing of things. Here's an example. If I put up a song for streaming on Spotify or I put it up on YouTube, now there is an infinite supply of it. Of course it won't be listened to an infinite number of times, just like if I had an infinite amount of cheesecake, I couldn't eat all of it. But the supply is infinite. It could be listened to an infinite number of times. And we know that when the supply of something goes up, the price goes down. So when talking about digital scarcity with NFTs, it's not about the difference between making 1,000,000 copies of your song versus 1,000, or 1,000 copies versus 1. It's about the difference between making an infinite number, or having an infinite number of copies of your song out there, versus 1,000,000 or 1,000 or whatever. NFTs have the potential to create digital scarcity. And that will be a game changer for the pricing of music and musicians' earnings. In the next video, I'm going to address that word, potential, because there are definitely some chinks in the armor, and piracy is a real threat. And any serious estimation of the value NFTs have for classical music has to address those problems. Like, subscribe, and we'll be back with another video soon.